Good evening, Bengaluru. How are you? My name is Shezzi, and I'm a radio presenter from Hyderabad. And I'm really excited to be a part of this virtual active lifestyle platform right now. Thank you, Playscape, Active Hub, and of course TCS World 10K for making this happen. I just thought I'll introduce myself a little bit. I do the breakfast show. I already told you I'm a radio presenter. 95 Mirchi is the name of my station, and my show is called Good Morning, because we are very original like that. Anyways, I'm guessing you guys had a lot of fun these last 8 days, and we're wrapping up today, being my last session and everything, and I'm hoping it goes off well. But then I had an opportunity to take a look at the lineup and the wonderful people who've already had a conversation with you, and I got a little bit intimidated, I will not lie to you, because we had nutritionists and fitness experts and everything, and then I realized that we are, as in you who's listening and watching me right now, we are a whole bunch of absolute hardcore, well-informed fitness enthusiasts. You have all that information out there. Then why would you want to listen to me talk? And I realized that, in all the wonderful fitness enthusiasts, there must also be one or two people who are just about ready to begin their journey in fitness, and you're feeling a little bit kya karu, kya nahi karu, is this the right thing for me, and all that. And I thought, at least I can share my story, my example, this thing that I did called the joy of movement. And I'm not saying that you're going to be inspired by it or anything. I'm just thinking that I will leave you in the next 15-20 minutes. I will have a conversation with you, and I'll probably leave you with a little bit something to think about. So coming back to the joy of movement, it's a 30-day challenge that I did. Just to give you a quick brief about it, I chose the medium of yoga as my medium of movement. And I said that every single day, consistently, I will do this particular thing. Now, why yoga? Because it's just something that came naturally to me. I've been practicing it off and on and everything. And I know a lot of people automatically and instinctively take to, running. And then there are people who are dancers, and there's skipping, and there's swimming, and there's jogging, and there's all kinds of aerobics and all of that, right? So I decided to do this thing on Instagram, and I had told my friends, my listeners, that I have chosen this medium, yoga. You do what you want, but every single day, let's just check in to make sure that we are kind of doing it, okay? And that first few days was a little bit difficult, because let's face it, we have very hectic schedules and really crazy lives and everything. But towards the end of it all, let's say 25-26 days hote gaye, I started getting into the whole zone of it. And then I realized that chalo thoda sa aur extend karte hain. So that 30-day thing became a 40-day challenge, and it was a joyful experience. Now, why joy of movement? Before I tell you a little bit about that, I think I should kind of, chat with you and tell you a little about myself. I was just having a chat a little while ago with this new friend I made right now, who goes by the name of Aditya. Anyways, irrelevant to my story, I'll give you a bit about my qualifications. They've already told you that I'm a chartered accountant by qualification. I'm also a company secretary by qualification. So CA, CS, and BCom is what I did. And then after that, I was working with PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, for about close to 2 years. I was doing transaction services, financial due diligence in Mumbai. And one fine day I said that, what, this is not something that is really feeding my soul. So I moved to Hyderabad, and, I got a job with Radio Mirchi, and the rest, as they say, is history. But even when I moved to Mirchi, that whole attitude of, oh, no, I'm guessing you guys know corporate lifestyle and all of that, right? So, no, it's great to constantly be on the move, and 18 hours you're working, and nary a rest day in sight and all that. And people take absolute pride in that. And when I say people, I am terribly ashamed to admit that me first. I would very happily and very proudly sit and announce to my friends that what Sunday, what holidays and all of that, I don't have the bandwidth, only I'm constantly only and only working. Obvious wali baat hai, jo hona tha hua. What is that? Burnout. I realized that in my head, because I was working so hard with PwC also and Mirchi also, I reached a place where everything else had just taken a back seat. So I would just come home after a long day at work, and then I would just stare at the telly. And, I just basically, my muscles were atrophying, obviously, because there was no movement. I was just sitting and working, sitting and eating, sitting and interacting, sitting in everything. There was zero movement. I realized that I need to move, right? It's a common sense thing. And that's the whole thing. People, today, everybody likes to talk about intuitive eating and intuitive exercise. And uh, it's a thing that we have to actually give it a term. But with our so many days of conditioning, we have forgotten that it's just basic common sense. This body that you've been gifted, this physical self that you have, it's not designed to be sedentary, right? And sedentary is not only Netflix and chill. Sedentary is also 8 ghante you're sitting in front of your laptop and working furiously. So I thought to myself that I have, for the last couple of years, only and only been, focusing on work and making excuses and saying that, I'll eat what I want whenever I find the time to eat, and I will work. The workout was just too much. Okay, that was too much only to even think about, because hey, I'm so busy, and I'm already so active. But if you're sitting and doing nothing, that is not active. And when you figure out that you've reached that threshold limit, and iske aage you have to really do something, otherwise your body will just one day give up. That was the turning point for me. I was weighing in a lot. I was mentally all over the place. I was irritable and constantly making excuses and saying, no, I can't. In any case, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning every single day, because my show starts at 7 o'clock in 5 hours. So 7 to 12, which means I had a huge 1.5 hour drive time before that, right? So I was actually quite exhausted, to be honest. I realized that there are a lot of people out there like me who genuinely have reason and hectic schedules, and which is why they don't have the time to move. And the mind is a beautiful thing, yeah, So if it decides, it will come up with some really ridiculous excuses and say, "Nee, nee, aap itna already kar rahe ho, to, oh my God, you shouldn't be doing this. Relax, relax, it's okay. Here's a bag of chips. That's a television in front of you. Sit, make merry." Matlab, real relaxation. And I will talk about rest and relaxation and absolutely how important it is. But the thing is that before rest and relaxation, a little bit of physical movement is required. And I decided that I will just give myself 30 days, not more. दूर का सोचना ही नहीं है, okay? First 30 days, I will focus. And if I move past it, then we will start talking about things on a long-term basis. Now that 30 days became 40 days. And then I think the muscle memory happened where the body said, कि भैया ये करने से ना आपको खुशी मिल रही है. You're in a happy space mentally. The people around you are happier because, I don't know, maybe the serotonin levels were high, maybe the cortisol levels had gone down. And so basically, I was not snapping at people at home. So they were also being very encouraging, and they were saying, no, 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 you have to, हाँ बेटा, my mother, हाँ बेटा, आज योगा किया कि नहीं किया, and all of that. What became a habit then made me want to take it to a different level. And like I told you, yoga was my choice, my medium of choice. So I decided that let's further our education in yoga, and I decided to do a teacher training course, and now I'm a certified yoga instructor. The point I'm trying to make over here is that you have to train your mind and get it to unlearn all those terrible habits. Now, I understand also that, in the course of these last 8 days, you've had wonderful, wonderful, extremely qualified nutritionists and, fitness enthusiasts telling you exactly how and what and all of that. But I don't know how many people would have had this actual heart to heart to let you know that, what, if you have woken up on a Sunday and you said, "Yaar, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's so nice. Let's just go back to sleep for a couple more hours, workout, nahi karna," and all of that. I'm with you because I still go through all of that. And the whole purpose of this whole movement is to spark that level of joy. If you are not feeling it, if there are days when you're saying that, no, I want to just take a break, treat yourself with absolute love and kindness. Because, I mean, that is the way to go, really. Love makes the world go round. But do focus on your movement because it is absolutely, absolutely important. Now, why joy of movement? Again, because let's face it, we're all inherently lazy creatures, and our bodies are conditioned in such a way that, where we can cut corners and avoid, we will avoid. And this is not a conversation I'm having with all the wonderful runners out there who are thinking, what are you talking, woman? Hum disciplined soldiers hain. We wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and hamara alarm to 4:30 baje ka hai, but we wake up half an hour in advance to plan our and all that. Good for you. You're awesome. But I'm guessing there might be people in your family, or there might be other people also who know. See, the thing is that awareness is fabulous, and you already have all that information available to you. You know कि ऐसा ही करना है, वैसा करने से, ये खाने से, ये नहीं करने से, and all of that. These are the things that are good for your body, right? Implementation is a problem. So this is a heartfelt request to all you beautiful, beautiful people out there who are like me. We have our good days, we have our bad days. Yes, we are going to get into that point where, discipline and focus is the way to go in everything. And really, I've had enough and more conversations with fitness enthusiasts to know that, yes, truly discipline is the way to go. But can we take a moment to appreciate that there is joy in movement? I mean, God has been kind and given you this body. You have movement, you have the use of your limbs. There is absolute joy and gratitude in that. Please feel that every single day. And when you choose to move every single day, whatever your medium, whether it's skipping or it's jumping or it's dancing or whatever you're planning to do, just be grateful, because yes, you have that ability and that mobility. So that's one point that I did want to talk about. Now, coming back to that other thing that I was telling you about, normalizing rest. First of all, if you are that cute person like me who used to take great pride in saying, oh, I barely have any time for myself, I'm constantly working, I'm a workaholic, and I used to derive vicarious pleasure out of being that person. But I can tell you that there is absolutely no joy, no glory whatsoever in being that person, because you will burn out. Okay. And what I'm learning over the last few months, and this is a huge journey for me as well, and I think that's why I'm having a conversation with you, so that I can exchange my ideas with you. And you never know, maybe if you have any ideas, you can share them with me. You can share your experiences with me as well. Please take one day at a time. Treat yourself with absolute kindness. That is the way to go. And when I say it's important to take some time out, it is important to take some time out. And I've also realized something, that I still keep a hectic schedule. I still wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I still am doing 20 other things altogether, and it is fine. But the thing is that when you decide that you need to dedicate X number of minutes to your physical fitness, you will find the time. And when you decide the time is right, and it is that mental connection you made in your head that I have to do this for myself, that is when you will not need any encouragement. You will not need any of those excuses. Okay, oh, you don't know, I have 2.4 children at home, I have to take care of them, I have to get into the kitchen and I have to cook, or I have a partner who's very demanding, or I have a job that's equally demanding, oh, I'm married to my job. It's fine. When it comes time to actually take a moment and focus on yourself, you will find the time, you will make the time. I'm sharing this with you again, with the intent that if you are having these days in your journey, in your physical fitness journey, where you're thinking ki, yaar nahi ho raha hai mere se, and all of that, I hope this conversation comes back to you, and you remember this, and you think, hey, you know what, that crazy girl, I saw her one day, and she said if she finds the time after waking up at 4:30 in the morning to do this, so can I. You don't have to get into this zone of I want to work out 2 hours a day. If you do and that's your thing, awesome. But on days when you are just not inclined and you say it's okay, I will just maybe walk for 20 minutes or even run for 20 minutes. If that is your thing, it's fine, because hey, at least for that day, whether or not you had the bandwidth, you experience the joy of movement, right? So I hope that this conversation has helped. In fact, this is completely off what I'm about to say, but I'm guessing there are a lot of runners, my dear darling runners. Also, if you have days of rest and recovery, and you obviously you would know the importance of stretching, and making sure that your muscles are not strained or there's no lactic acid buildup, basically, to consider yoga. It is quite fabulous. Also, gentlemen and ladies, it has been absolutely delightful interacting with you, and I realize that this is wrapping up 8 days of so much information and all of that. I don't know, this is such a strange medium, really, because there's very little in terms of interaction. But I do want to share my Instagram handle with you, and if you do want to give me feedback, or you want to tell me if this conversation has moved you to consider it, or if you just suddenly say, okay, I've heard you now, I feel like I need to start the joy of movement in my life, I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to share some more ideas. My time is almost running up. I have exactly about 3 to 4 minutes left, and I had said that I'm going to work within that frame. So my handle is @MIRCHI SHEZZI, yani at the rate Mirchi Shezzi. all together, all chotu chotu. I realized that I said it right now. I do this on the radio. My handle is @MIRCHISHEZZI, Mirchi Shezzi. Do write to me with your fitness journeys. And I also please understand that it's something that begins in the mind, okay? You train your mind or unlearn a lot of these conditioned things that you've been doing, and you will realize that literally sky is the limit. Thank you very much for being here. If you've stuck it out for the entire duration of the last 20 minutes, then yay! Thank you very much, and I'm signing off. Lots of love.